Hey everyone, welcome to A Darkness Unbroken.
Hey.
We're back. We're back. We had to take last week off because I hadn't slept in about 3 days and I needed to sleep. And there was just no way I was gonna make it, which is hilarious because all the things I was supposed to do that evening that I needed to sleep for all got canceled, so I just kept sleeping. But no, we're back. We're here. We're queer. We're playing some Dragon Age. We're just gonna do that thing where this is episode 4 of season 4. So we're just gonna go around and everyone's gonna introduce themselves, their characters. Emma has a question for us to answer. And then we have a little surprise at the end of intros. So, Emma, go ahead and kick us off.
Hi everyone, it's me, Emma, Hummalou on the internet. I'm your GM here for In Darkness Unbroken, Thirst and Emotions.
Hashtag
Thirst and Emotions. I hope you're all doing well. I would like those of us who are here and present, both in the call and in chat, to wish Alex a very happy birthday, by the way.
Happy birthday to
Happy
Alex!
birthday! Yay! Woo!
Alex, how old are
he
you?
Ancient.
You're not as old as I am. You're not as old as me.
We
I
love
promise.
ancient men.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
I started growing my gray hair, so soon I'll be a silver fox.
Are you officially a
Oh.
daddy then? Like,
I've been a daddy
This
for
is a-
9 years.
Okay. I can respect that.
He's been a father
No.
for 9 years, but how long have you been a daddy?
Right,
That's different.
Oh,
That's
that's
different.
That's
That is a
different.
state of mind.
Yes.
Then not yet.
Oh.
But I am in my prime 37.
Oh, I see where this
Nice.
is.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say my
Yeah.
age.
I will be approaching that age in a few months' time.
Yeah.
3 months' time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
look at us.
listen, it's a good age to be. You know?
I am baby in this.
Yeah, you are baby.
I am almost exactly 10 years younger than most of you.
That's okay.
we accept you anyway.
Oh
Mhm.
my god, thanks.
But yes, happy birthday, Alex. We are here for our wonderful game. My question today is, if your character, first of all, if you want to share yourself, that's up to you. If you have a prized possession, aside from my kittens, I do have some jewelry that is made with some stone that my great grandmother made. She used to find and polish stones, and gemstones were like a big thing for her. So when I did my geology degree, it was like a little connection to her.
Aw.
So that's mine.
Hi
Next.
everyone, my name is Satan or Alyssa Vamp Art on the internet. Today I am playing Bella, the city elf rogue. Prize possession for her, she has 2
Rogue's
now.
nice.
One is that she's had for a while. It's a little like leather cord, like braided bracelet that used to belong to her mom. And then now she has her engagement dagger.
Oh.
For me, I have a ring. I don't have it right now, but it's a ring my grandmother gave me with what she says is a stone that is not as common. It's older than my mom, and she gave it to me, and I love it very much. So it's my favorite ring.
Love it. Alex.
Yes. I will be playing today our magnificent mountain man, Mr. Arlen Skyshield. And his prized possession is, well, possessions. Naturally, the first one would be his better part.
Oh. Yes. Mm-hmm.
He really grown to love her a lot. But he also is still looking for his mother's necklace that was stolen from him.
Mm-hmm.
One day he'll find it back. But right now, Shanae is his most prized possession.
Like, you didn't marry her, so you don't own her yet.
I mean, would I?
Yeah, I think she owns you, buddy.
Maybe. And as far as myself, my prized possession is whining over there. She doesn't like to be picked up, but I like her. She
Yeah.
tolerates me.
We love
It's
to
my
see
dog. My dog is.
it.
But like about my girlfriend who's
Yeah, it's just lying on the floor. Yeah.
Yeah.
She doesn't like to be picked up either.
I mean,
next is Kay.
Hi, I'm Kay Phoenix. I play Ophelia Van Canel, our Mortalitasi human mage. Her most prized possession is a ring that she carries with her from her, I believe it is her great aunt. It was the last of the Pentagast line to come into her family, so it is her ring and is passed down to Ophelia, so she wears it everywhere she goes. Other than Robert. Robert is her other most prized possession. Bestie, friend. I mean, how do we really want to see this?
Okay. I'm sorry.
I mean, he is attached to an object that she carries. So, I mean, maybe the object is a prized possession.
Yeah.
For me, my most prized possession is an emerald ring that my grandmother gave me a long time ago that I never wear because it's real and I don't want to lose it.
I feel that.
I also have emeralds that I don't want to wear or lose.
So, rings. Okay, that's a me.
I have a question though.
Are
you telling me does Ophelia have in line for the throne at any point? Like, is that what you're telling us?
I mean, ask any Navaran and they'll say how far away from the throne they really are.
Is true.
So, like, every
true.
single Navaran.
Yeah.
Map out how far they are from the front. It's just she's probably at the same level that probably like Cassandra is, like 38th or something in line. It's like a ridiculous amount.
Yeah.
That's a really
4
good
to 8th in line to the throne.
Yeah.
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 Yo, what's up? Hi, I'm Valdranth or Rosary on the internet. This is my channel. I am playing Robin, a she/they kind of person, whereas I am a she/they/it kind of person. Because I identify as a cryptid sometimes. I only appear on very rare occasions, and when I do, it's like, did it really happen? I don't know. That's how I live my life. So Robin's most prized possession. I don't know if you've ever just paid attention to her art, but she always has this green scarf that she wears. It's super cool. Here's the thing. There's no sentimental attachment to it. She just really likes it. Like, it's
That's
just
fair.
something that she bought. You know what? I think it might be one of the first things she bought for herself with her own money. So I think
like a first pay packet.
Yeah. She's just like, this is the first thing that I use my own bank account for. Like,
Respect.
And I have an item like that, and that's my Motorola Razr, but I don't have it with me. And it's not my most prized possession. My most prized possession is Tarek.
Oh,
I've had him since I was 4, and since we just learned that I'm 37, he's been around. Pre-kindergarten. He's a little purple pterodactyl. He's been a star in many of my short film projects. But yeah, this is Tarek, and he's my most prized possession.
adorable.
Yeah. So, before we get into what this channel is about, actually, I'll do that first, and then we'll go with our surprise, where the cast will need to watch the stream in order to see what's going on. This is a viewer-affected game. You can affect the game with your bits, subs, and donations. If you've seen today, we had a hype train, and the hype train emoticon is a dolphin right now, which makes me very excited. It was very cute. You can, for every 100 biddies that you give to the channel, you can give a reroll to anyone here. If you subscribe to the channel, you can give us a stunt point, which is essentially a critical hit equivalent in this game, with 6-point stunts. So it's an auto crit success with a $5 donation. I always forget because we have a different level here. $5 US donation. You can give focus points to everybody here. Focus points are something that you're only supposed to get when you level up. But you know, it's our game. We can do what you want. It's pay to win. And if you
Pay to win.
Yeah. And if you give a $10 USD donation, you can create an NPC for the world, race, class, brief description, that kind of stuff. We've had a kobold before. And you know what? If you want to donate more and like do other things, just let me know. Like, we don't cross our lines and veils here, but you know, if you got a little idea, you know, a little something, That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
You know, that's all right. And now, without further ado, if y'all want to just, I'm going to switch over to this layer here, in that we have a cameo from the Egghead himself.
The Egghead himself.
The Egghead himself. And he's got a little message for us.
Hello, Dreadwolf here. Hi, cast of In Darkness Unbroken. Congratulations on your fourth season for your Twitch RPG. That is awesome. It really inspires me when people, get together and do stuff that's not only creative, but really, really fun and immersive. That's why I became an actor. So hats off to you guys. I hope the siege of Haven isn't too painful, and that your little personal quests off in Antiva go really, really well. Lots and lots of love. Congratulations. Go for it. Have loads and loads and loads of fun. Lots of love, and thinking of you. Bye.
Look at that. If he didn't plan on murder.
Lovely.
He's so lovely.
Yeah.
So lovely.
He's so lovely and
person.
Welsh in person. Yeah.
Absolutely lovely.
Yeah.
So what's the seat of Haven?
Don't worry about it.
The one
I should
person
have
who
played the
has
game.
to play Dragon Age.
I let him know roughly where we are in the timeline, and I was like, so the Siege of Haven will be having pretty much around about now. So there we are.
So that'll be a thing. Some news that we will get later. But without further ado, that's us. So Emma, if you want to take it away, let's play some Dragon Age.
Let's play some
First
Dragon Age.
emotions.
Woo! Hi everybody. The summary for last session can be brief. Some discussions were had, some getting to know you, a little bit of your new companion Ophelia, getting to see just what it is to travel with you guys and have conversations. She wasn't necessarily there for the chat about buttholes, I don't believe, and how the lips and the buttholes are made of the same skin. But we talked about it because that's what you can expect here at In Darkness Unbroken. Thirst and emotions. A little bit of conversations, as we say, and then a fight ensued where they were attacked by saltwater ghasts. Tiny little creatures, which many of you had only seen for the first time, and I think only one of you had heard a little bit about what a ghast actually was. So it was a bit of a surprise. They were gross and they were fishy, but you succeeded. It was looking a little dicey. Some of you were exceedingly low on your health, and the day was saved not by your own heroics, but by the bellowing cry of your baby dragon. Sparrowhawk came charging out, and it turns out these creatures are really quite scared of dragons, so they fled. And that was kind of where we wrapped. You have been traveling along the Menantra River and heading east throughout Thedas. It does take you through a few of the city-states, the areas of the free marches. Eventually you will be planning on getting off where it feels appropriate to travel north to Antiva, but there is a stop off in Starkhaven to buy some things. Bella, I'm aware that you were wanting to get some nice clothes while you were there. Is anyone else looking to pick up anything in particular before we sail on by?
Robin almost died, so...
Yeah,
See if we can get her that good,
Please find me some royal elf fruit, as I'm just gonna lay on the deck, spread eagle.
You do have Rylan, who seems to be everybody's contact man. He knows some
That's
people.
a special mission in Starkhaven that Bella's giving him. Find Robin some royal elf fruit.
Special mission. He finds you some of the good kush. You can tell when he is approaching you that he has succeeded, because the really good stuff you can smell.
Just got back
on its
from
approach.
getting my hair retwisted.
And as he goes to pull out, and it looks like he pulls out a bag, and you're like, whoa, that's a great amount. And then he pulls out another 10 of the same size. It feels like he not only hooked you up with a stash for the next while, I mean, this arguably could do you a year if you were pacing yourself, which it's your call how much you like to pace yourself. But there's quite a decent amount there.
I just hold
rolling around in the nugs.
It's probably like in a cheesecloth or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm just like lying down holding it to my chest. And I was like,
yeah.
Thank you, Ryland.
You're
I
welcome.
love you so much in this moment. I could kiss you. Do you wanna share a pipe with me right now?
I mean, always, yeah, I'm always down.
All right, cool. Give me a second. I'll sit up. I'll sit up here in a second.
The branding, by the way, it's called the Green Nug, where he bought it from, and their baggies have like it's a picture of a nug, but like the body of it is a little a nuggy of weed. Yeah.
Oh my god, it's great. Like it's phenomenal. Okay,
yeah.
Like, why have I not been to Starkhaven before? Holy shit.
The cold long dark night in Starkhaven, if I'm to parallel it with Scotland, which is apparently where all the accents are in Starkhaven.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the long dark. Gives us the good kush. So you're stocked up. Belly, you're able to get outfits of your choice. It seems because this is not only is it like a main city within the city-state of Starkhaven, but it's also one of the biggest in the free marches as well. And there are people from all over. To that end, you're able to get clothing in the style of dress of your choosing, really. Some of the shops cater to the tastes of people from elsewhere. Is there any particular look or country's nice attire that you are aiming for? We going for a bit of the Orlesian? You want a frill and a mask? No?
Everyone hates the Orlesian, so talk about fantasy French, am I right, ladies? But she's not going for anything like over exaggerated. She is sticking with her. If anything, she is going back to a more Antivan style of clothing, and everything just looks less worn. It doesn't have rips or faded bloodstains. And if she can, she buys like a nice like long coat that kind of hits the middle of her calves. You don't want anything that hits the floor because it's just gonna get dirty.
Yeah.
And just better halters for her daggers. Unless her fiance wants to do that for her, but we're on a boat also, so
yeah, getting access to things to craft for you is a little hard, but he could at least contribute some conversation. Pick out the good craftsmanship.
So she does that, and she doesn't want to seem like above someone or like at a higher station. She just wants clothes that haven't been worn and torn and sewn up and stained a bunch of times. So
yeah,
just a clean look.
A nice clean look. Nothing that will look untoward on an elf in Antiva then?
Exactly. Nothing.
Okay.
Other than like the jacket probably has some nice lining inside, and that's about it.
Okay. Nice. Arlen, have you got anything in particular you would like to pick up while you're here in Starkhaven?
Is it like a grand market kind of thing where it is known for being like the place?
Yes, there's probably a couple markets actually. Some may be, you'll get like a region that seems more towards arms and armament and weapons and armor. That's the word I'm looking for. Armor. That is perhaps a section that is catered toward anything that could be loosely connected to cloth. So not just clothing, but also like upholstery and like there's areas of the markets, and then there's probably also an area that is for the Dwarven Merchants Guild as well. They tend to have their own separated area.
Okay, I would be on the lookout for any kind of leather work for ladies.
What kind of leather work, Arlen?
I was thinking corset. Come on now.
Okay. Yeah. You can certainly get one. You would likely have to look around a bit and get something for more petite, as elves are generally smaller and slighter than the human frame.
I will help him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bella can be
that.
your model. You can kind of like anything that will fit Bella will likely fit Sinead. Yeah.
Okay, and I can also see if we can get it like up armored a little bit.
Okay.
See if we can add some tough boiled leathers to it, so that it can withstand some action.
You want to be pretty, but you don't want to be, unarmed and like unprotected.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
How much would that set me back for?
I mean, a really, really nice one with the extra additions, and it being a little closer to being armor. You're maybe looking at like 75 silver. Because just to reiterate for anyone that needs reminding that is maybe not familiar with Dragon Age, gold is like a lot of money. That's a lot of moolah if you get in gold. 75 silver is considered expensive, despite the fact you guys have a fair amount of bank.
I would like to try haggling down the price.
Oh,
can I help?
Okay.
I have haggling stuff.
Sure. If you want to help, I want you to put together the conversation / argument you have for why it should be less.
Okay.
And then I'll need a bargaining roll.
Why would it be less?
Could someone put a nick in it?
We don't want to ruin.
Just a tiny little nick, just to make it go down. Just a little.
There are many approaches to haggling. Sometimes it's that the goods are not. Maybe it's just that you've seen better. Maybe you're just.
That's exactly where I was gonna go.
Like,
I wanted to go with saying like inspecting it, and I'm gonna see if I can take my nail and see if I can cut through the leather and just see if I can like really make a small dent in it. Like,
and Sarah will be like, we could definitely get something better in Antiva. Their leather work is slightly
superior.
Different. Yeah.
All right.
At a
So,
better price.
Arlen, I need if you have Legerdemain, then Legerdemain. If not, I need a dexterity roll from you to try and do this in a hidden way.
I have crafting. I don't know if that would help.
No, because you're trying to if you want them to see.
Okay. It's just...
see you doing it. You're trying to hide the fact that you're doing it in front of someone who's watching and conversing with you. And then Bella, I would need a bargaining roll from you, and there would be a communication roll.
Let's see.
17 for Bella.
Nice.
9.
Yay. Do you want to use a reroll, sir?
I shall use a reroll.
Because a 9's definitely not a success.
Yeah, that's even worse.
The person who's conversing with you, Bella, is like, they're doing that bit where they're trying to explain, the craftsmanship and the person here, and they're doing their whole shtick that you do as a salesman. As they not only can they see it, but Bella, you are aware. You both are just seeing him
putting it up.
Trying to hide it, but in trying to hide it, he has made himself more obvious as he tries to groove his blade. What is he doing? Why are you doing that, sir?
I'm testing the durability to make sure that it actually will sustain combat.
You're not allowed to just damage somebody's work like that. We put in lots of hours into that. Can you pass that over? Put your blade away, sir, or I'll call the guards.
I'll just pay the 75.
Fine.
I'm so sorry about that.
As you should be. That's outrageous. I don't know if that flies where you're from, but it does not fly here in Starkhaven.
Count the money.
Bella just has a disappointed look.
I'm not good at this, okay? I say that in between my teeth as we're walking away. I'm gonna need the exchange rate for gold to silver so I can pay the 75?
It's 100. It's 100
Oh, okay.
silver to a gold. Yeah.
Yeah. You tried.
Yeah, I tried. Want to get a drink?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I go with my parcel under my.
That now has
Okay.
a blade mark in it for now.
Yeah.
Maybe if you ask, because like, although he also works with wood like you, Arlen, you know that Sharo also works with leather and is a master crafter, so perhaps he can do something
Fix
to
my
remove
mistake.
the yeah.
I'm sure Cheryl can help you with that, dear. It's all right.
All right, I'll ask him. Plus, I still need to find a way to send that back home.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I guess I can keep it. I don't know how long we're gonna be here. I just don't want to somehow lose this gift.
Yeah. Can I? No, I don't know if I can get that. Because I know I think she's currently has heavy leather as her armor, but I don't know if getting a tailored leather duster can go on top of that or just like replaces that.
Oh no, we go on top.
Okay.
Because you could be wearing that on top of your armor.
Okay. So
You know.
would it give me then 4 more to my armor rating, or that's the question? Because it does have an armor rating.
Yeah. I would let you add on half of it to what you currently have.
Okay.
Because unless you like had it fully like closed up.
Yeah.
Still a means of, and like there's certain areas, so like I'll allow you to add on half because
Okay.
there are definitely parts of you that are now like doubly protected, but not necessarily all.
Yeah, that's fair. She'll get the tailored leather duster. So I believe that's gonna be 60 silver pieces, and then she'll get it lined with concealed pockets.
I was gonna say because there is a means of doing. Yes, you.
So that'll be a total of 85 silver pieces that she'll spend on that.
Yep. All right. Okay.
But that's
very good.
her.
Yeah. Ophelia, is there anything you would like while you were here in Starkhaven?
Probably should get some health potions.
Yeah.
Probably.
You know, that would help.
So yeah, her ability to drain life was not as much as she thought would be in handy. So she's like, perhaps we should have
it's a learning curve. It's a learning curve. So
it's a big one.
If you go into, I mean, she's never had to be in a fight before, so it absolutely stands to reason. While it's not something you would necessarily consider, you're like, I can heal with my maze.
Yeah, she totally thought she'd be
fine. Healing wise, if you go into the cheat sheets, I have a tab on healing, of which there's a note on healing potions. It tells you how much they heal and how much they cost. This is a big enough city where you can get pretty much as many as you need. Even if one seller only had, say, 5 of them, you would be able to get from another seller. There's going to be quite a lot of people here. It's a big city.
Okay.
So like lesser healing is 20 silver, regular is 40, greater is 75, and a potent is 1 GP and 10 silver.
She's gonna grab some potents.
Sure. Yeah, that's 8d6 plus your con for potent healing.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Very good. You're able to get that easily enough. You will notice, and even if you yourself have not noticed, certainly Robert is noticing that there are a lot of eyes on you while you wander about the city. Especially if everyone is kind of dealing with their own thing and are not necessarily with you. They may not have noticed, but there's a lot of eyes following you almost the entire time. And there's maybe some guards that occasionally will kind of veer their route slightly just to kind of keep you in sight.
Because I'm openly wearing my staff and Robert's openly floating about me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're dressed as a mage. Like it.
Oh, yeah. Fully, like, in my nobility mage robes. No shame.
Yeah. And that's always been wild to me in the games. If you're playing a mage and you're walking about while there's a mage rebellion and you're in robes with a staff, like, don't worry about it. It's a stick. I need it for walking. This is a mobility aid. How dare you question me?
It's a walking stick. It's a bow.
Are you shaming me? I love the "it's a bow" conversation. It's really funny. But you are absolutely being eyed. And Robert seems to keep you abreast of the situation so that you don't necessarily have to keep eyes on them. But yeah, you do notice that while you're going about.
And Ophelia isn't worried about it at all. She's just continuing about her stroll, getting her things and going back to the ship.
Yeah. If you guys, like, as you kind of converge for getting back on the ship to head away, you do see the rest of you that, like, trailing behind Ophelia at a little bit of a distance, a polite distance. There are guards that are very clearly watching her.
Don't worry about it. I'm assuming that Ophelia brought guards on the ship so that if they tried to board, they'd be like, "Excuse me, you're not allowed."
Yeah. There's you have protection once you're on the boat. You're okay. And I suppose it'll be interesting for the rest of you because while you traveled with Faywin very much dressed as an elf, so there was eyes on him for very different reasons. But he wasn't quite so openly being a magey mage. Whereas a Navaran Mortalitasi is very much magey mage.
Will not hide at all. Openly a mage and a noble. Be like, go ahead, try something.
With your floating skull, like.
Exactly.
The fuck you looking at, mate? You fucking what, mate?
Yep, holding her head high, just walking on.
Just to let you know that while this is happening, Bella also got a few other things. She's getting flint and steel.
Okay.
And she's getting smoke bomb.
Okay.
I'm looking at the traveling and adventuring gear.
Yeah. There's a lot of cool stuff in the inventory section of the handbook. Yeah, there's some cool things in there.
And I can grab a few things. I can send you a list if you want instead of me telling you everything.
I trust you to do the penny pinching yourself. You guys have a lot of money, so I'm not worried about it in terms of cost. You just keep an eye on how much it is and your inventory. Because you guys have a Finch, and while you don't necessarily use Finch as like pack mule, if it got to a point where you guys had heavy loads that you were taking with you, when you don't have, like, say your mounts when you were traveling with your horse, or right now when you have the boat, Finch could easily carry some heavy things for you.
Okay.
Because while I'm not the sort of thing that's going to look at carry weight in a game because I find that ridiculous, but if you have 18 weapons on you, where you putting them? Because there's no bags of holding in this game.
Most of my weapons are daggers, so
you're and I like the trope of a rogue just being like it's just blades everywhere. That's fine. Okay. Any more business before you set sail away from Starkhaven?
When y'all get back, Robin and Rylan are fucking lit. Just
really,
absolutely.
Really, yeah.
Like, she has not been this lit since, you know,
Rylan currently has, like, cake. Where do you get the cake? You don't know. But, like, isn't even like eating slices of cake, and it's not like it's a bit of cake, it's a whole ass fucking cake that he's just like
absolutely.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, as much as I love cake, you know what's like, have you ever had frozen grapes when you're high?
Where you think I'm getting frozen things from?
Like
when
it snows, like you just like, cause you know they make ice wine, right?
Yeah.
Like instead of like, when there's grapes when they're making ice wine and they're frozen, you go and you took a little and you go and you just eat the grapes while they're frozen.
Are they crunchy?
Oh yeah, but like they still. It's just that, like, but you can't. It's not crunchy like ice, right?
Right.
But it's just perfect.
We have to get some grapes. We've got a maid. She does like.
And she can
finger
freeze
stuff. Do you
them!
think she can freeze them? Yeah, we should ask if she's got like icy spells and she can like freeze them.
Somebody knows how to freeze.
We need to do that. I'll need to go get grapes. I know some people. I'm gonna go get grapes. And he just like puts the cake to the side and goes stumbling off the boat. Probably passes you guys, not even thinking about it.
Can you also get potatoes to fry?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got a story about frozen potatoes. I'll tell you another day.
Okay.
Goes wandering off to get grapes. Apparently, you guys are all like getting ready and like some of you are just boarding the ship. Yeah.
She's just looking at them strange, be like, "We have all this on the ship." Okay.
He's gone.
You would have grapes on the ship, wouldn't you?
Do you have ice
we
on
have
the
grapes.
ship?
Of course, we have ice on the ship.
Okay, we need to put the grapes on the ice.
Sure.
Yeah. Do you have potatoes?
Of course, we have potatoes.
And oil?
It's a staple. Of course.
Okay, we
It's a
have
staple.
to. I forgot that you're fucking rich. Okay, we're gonna.
Personal chef, come on.
We're gonna. Can you right now ask your personal chef to fry potatoes? Rylan, we have grapes and potatoes. You don't have to go.
He's gone. He's
Oh, he's
like
gone.
in the. He's long gone.
Oh man, he's so fast.
Yeah.
Like,
It'll like while you're arranging for the
Have
potatoes
more.
to be fried and stuff like that. He eventually comes back with a like a sack. You're like a big old like tie sack style, just like with a sack over his shoulder. What's that smell?
it's potatoes.
Oh,
It's okay. You got more. We're gonna need them.
these are potatoes. This is all grapes. He says as he drops it down. I'm really thirsty, and I just really was craving some grapes because they're like juicy, and you know,
Oh,
it's just like pulls out a bunch and just smells.
are they red or green grapes?
Green. It appears. Yeah.
Mhm. Excellent.
There may be some red in there. You're not sure. The
Mhm.
bunch he picked up were green.
Oh, so glad you're employed.
have you figured out a way to freeze them?
There's ice on the ship.
Do you like put them against the ice?
Yeah, you put them at the bottom of the crate, and then you put the ice on top, so there's no.
Can she not? You, Twinkle Fingers. Can you cool things down? Have you got a cold spell?
Sadly, no. That was not within my purview, but I should learn cold spells. I should have as my training.
You know, that sounds
Keeping
kinda
bodies
weird.
cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Freeze. Yeah.
Well, for now, we'll
Sadly,
just have to improvise.
Yes. I think we had other people with primal magic for that.
On the ship right now?
No.
Then how do we
I'm
keep
just
the
not that
ice?
kind of mage. I don't know. I just ask for it and they make it for me.
Oh, it must be amazing to be rich, eh?
Must be. Shit. Well, let's go freeze these grapes, and
Yeah.
there's some potatoes that are already frozen.
Oh.
And there's a garlic
You-
aioli we can dump them in, and this chili
Garlic
sauce.
ale.
Yes.
You say garlic ale.
Yeah, a garlic aioli. Aioli.
Aioli. Sounded like you said ale.
So this is
Sorry,
what I like to do.
My accent
guys.
makes it sound like aioli, but it's ale. You know, like you drink it.
And there's some chili peppers too that are like, and we can put that in the garlic, and we can have hot mayonnaise and with and dip the. I'm allergic to tomatoes, so I have to come up with substitutes for ketchup, and garlic mayo with hot sauce in it is how I eat my French fries.
So good though.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't really like ketchup. I don't mind a tomato on its own, but it has to be like the little ones.
Oh, like the ones that are the size of grapes, the grape tomatoes.
Yeah,
tomatoes.
they're really nice. Yeah, grape tomatoes. Is that what they're called?
Yeah, because they are like almost the size of grapes.
Well, we call them cherry tomatoes in Denerim.
Those are 2 different tomatoes.
Are they?
Yeah.
Do they look the same though?
No, they don't. They're different. They're different shapes.
Like
the
like
cherries.
grapes and cherries.
Yeah,
are
yeah.
Wow.
I'm so
wonder if
not
you get,
green
like,
anymore. And
bananas.
It's so exciting. I don't feel like I'm dying anymore, guys. I love it.
Banana tomatoes, maybe.
A banana.
You think you get like other shape, like other fruits, or is that the only two?
I don't think we could get bananas all the way. I don't know. Can we get bananas in Star Caving? That's a tropical fruit.
I meant tomatoes that are like
the shape of banana.
Yeah.
Well, actually, and I saw this in my travels. If you make like a small like casing of wood or something, and you put it around where the fruit of the tree is going to grow, it'll grow into the shape of the casing. So if you put like a little heart shape, you can have like a little heart-shaped apple.
Oh, you would make a killing doing that. Imagine like, you know, like selling it for like weddings.
Heart-shaped strawberries?
They're kind of already heart-shaped.
But like a big heart-shaped strawberry.
Maybe just anatomical. Is that the right word?
An anatomical heart. Do you know what an anatomical heart looks like, Rylan? Have you ever pulled one out of a body?
I'm aware of it, yeah.
I'm not even going to ask Ophelia because we know she knows exactly what an anatomical heart looks like.
Yeah, she does.
I imagine she's just like, wah! And wah!
You point exactly where the kidneys are in the body.
Have you guys ever seen a cubed melon?
Yeah,
no.
I have, actually.
Like cutting it into cubes?
No, it's a melon that's in the shape of a cube.
Yeah, it's
Why would you do that?
Square melon.
Perfect for storage. This this conversation is inspired by the chat. Perfect for storage. They just stack on top of each other.
Huh.
Imagine going to all that effort though, like making casings for all the melons.
And it's not that hard. It's just a cubed casing, and then you just let it grow.
Melons has me thinking about boobs now. I'm gonna go eat my grapes. He says as he wanders off.
Okay, everyone, let's settle down and head back to the river. And then
I am settled. I am on the boat. What are we talking about?
Yeah, we're all on the yeah. He's gone in search of grapes and then remembers that there's fried potatoes, so it seems he has vanished off to the kitchen.
Those are square melons.
Yeah.
Heart-shaped melons. Yeah.
Had the little star grapes are really cute. I don't know if you've seen them, but like little star shapes of the grapes, they're really adorable.
I love science.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
And Rylan loves melons. Here we are. So we're on the boat.
Mm-hmm.
Are we having a feast? Is that what's going on?
We're just eating potato. We're high. We're eating French fries.
Grapes and fried potato. Yeah.
Yeah, we're eating Orlesian potatoes and grapes.
I never thought that could put a two of them together at the same time.
Well,
put a lot of fruit together. It's called a fruit salad.
So I'm gonna take a potato,
a
grape.
I'm
gonna stuff them in.
No, that's.
This tastes weird.
A potato is not a fruit. It's a root vegetable.
I know, but y'all are eating potatoes and.
Not at the same time.
Not at the same time.
They're not together. They're on 2 separate plates.
I'm gonna do it again.
Potato is a tuber.
Potato.
It all goes
grape.
down the same way.
Yeah, but it tastes different.
It gets some accustoming to do, but it's pretty good.
So proud
Bella
of you.
just
Have you ever had like
as she's sitting and it just
have you ever had like a potato salad with fruit in it? Sometimes they put
I'm
fruit
sorry.
in a
No.
potato salad.
No. Like,
No.
I'm X-carding that. Potatoes? You mean like with raisins? No.
Yeah. Or like pineapple.
That's a
they
faux
put
pas.
pineapple in it, like they do with cottage cheese. I'm not a fan of it, but it is a thing that exists.
Yeah.
Welcome to the group, okay.
That sounds like some Ferelden bullshit.
Yeah, it is. Romans love their bullshit.
Man.
You just cook everything until it's a little bit grey and sloppy, and then you're like, that'll do.
That's the Ferelden way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man.
So glad I'm not from
which
Ferelden.
is like actual canon. You can have conversations with Ferelden. I believe it's Alistair that was talking about Ferelden cuisine, and you just cook everything till it's kind of grey. Tastes good, but it's grey slop. We'd love to see it.
I don't think I'd serve that to my worst enemy at this point.
You're going to a land where they season their food, so you're fine.
Yeah. And I am a fan of root vegetables. It's kind of the only vegetables we can have. We don't pull them up from the top. We pull them down.
Of course.
It's like oh, the carrot's done. Like there's turnip.
The imagery of that.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah. The fact that just the image of there only being soil above you guys and no rock is also very entertaining.
Yeah.
One sneeze at the wrong time and then the whole garden falls on you.
It takes a couple days for you guys to travel another stretch of this river. Have you guys on the physical map, but just so we're aware, it's a little more clear on my languages map. What may be the easiest stop-off point would be Ansburg if you are heading north to Antiva. Ansburg borders Starkhaven. It is between Starkhaven and Wickham, which is where the main river that you're on opens up into a very large river delta into the sea. You could do that and take your boat north into Rialto Bay and approach Antiva City through its port, or, like I say, getting off in Ansburg a day earlier from getting to the mouth of the river and just traveling by foot, which would take you another couple of days. It is your call. I am happy for you to discuss and perhaps seek advice from your Antivan friend about how to proceed.
Can we expect pirates on the high sea?
Always.
Rialto Bay is almost entirely made of pirates, but pirates are what police Rialto Bay. They are like the authority. Ravane as a nation is made up almost entirely of that as well. So it's
this world's Tortuga.
Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty much, yeah.
Okay. I vote for on foot because the last thing I want to do is drown.
You're not going to drown, but Rialto Bay, it is a more official landing spot. If we want to go in and be less seen and noticed by people, I say we walk on foot.
So 2 for foot.
I'm down to walk.
Are you down to walk, Ophelia?
Sure, I have a horse.
Of course.
Of course you have a horse.
Rhymes. Yeah. We'll just assume that was Ryan saying that. He's still really stoned a couple days into the journey.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Still so? We wake and bake every morning.
We wake and bake. Yeah.
You can definitely have your horse. The cities of Antiva are a bit crowded, so I don't know how well the horse would do in the city, but
we have to get to the city.
What are you gonna do with your horse when you get to the city?
Stay, of course.
I'm sure that her great-grandfather's fancy estate has a stable.
I'm sure it does.
Yeah.
Did you bring horses for all of us?
You didn't ask.
That's okay. I really hate horses, actually. It's not that I hate horses. They just don't... They don't like me.
Yeah. You can go on horse. They're about the same pace as we go on foot anyway.
I mean, y'all, like, same pace as you all.
Your dwarf is the pacemaker of any walking group.
It's true.
That's fair. You could always have Finch carry you.
If Finch wants to carry me.
If Finch wants to carry you. Ask Finch. But yeah, let's go on foot. Less of an entrance.
Eventually Sparrowhawk is going to be large enough for me to ride.
Yeah. That's probably also... Well, Sparrowhawk is down, but...
Eventually, Sparrowhawk is going to be big enough that all y'all can ride
Yeah.
at the same time.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But that's hundreds of years away, so
Yeah.
you probably won't be alive.
No. But let's go on foot. We also have Sparrowhawk and Andrew and Finch, so it'll be better
To go on
to
foot.
go on foot.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It'll be really good to saddle train Sparrowhawk, so we'll have the blanket on her back, and
Yeah.
so she just understands what weight is.
Yeah. I mean, the it's not a collar. The harness Shadow made has some weight to it.
That is true.
Sharo, while often very quiet in conversation contributions, you can see a literal weight being lifted off him at the prospect of finally getting to walk and not be on a boat anymore.
You and me
walking
both.
for a while. We're actually, I don't know if she would know this. Would she know this by Phelan? Like, there's a passage that the Dalish take up here.
You would be aware more from Phelan, because Phelan existed after the Dilharel clan perished. He floated in this kind of area. That's where you met him, and it's certainly where his clan, him and Dara and Phelan, that's where their clan existed. So you would have an awareness. I don't think he would have necessarily taken you to it because it goes through the marsh, and the thing about that marsh is it's seemed to be dangerous. I don't know. You can roll me a history perhaps to see if you were ever told any tales from him about what the fuck you find in that marsh. I guess it's technically cultural.
I do have cultural lore.
Yeah.
13. It's not bad.
It's not terrible. What would you have been told about it? It's something that most people avoid it because there was said to be a witch, a wilder witch, in those woods, in the marsh, and that dangerous creatures were often drawn to her. So most people avoided it. The Dalish may occasionally pass through, but the Dalish have a very different relationship with the witches of this world. Here's looking at you, Flemeth. They have a very different relationship with them compared to other folk, particularly humans. So, yeah, he wouldn't have necessarily brought you through there, but he would have told you at least that tale. More detail than that, you would have needed a higher roll. But that in it of itself is an interesting point, and perhaps why you maybe wouldn't want to bring a whole crew through the marshes. You can do a direct shoot straight to Antiva City from Ansford. Fairly easily in like plainsy kind of geography.
She'll explain that that we'll like take we'll be passing by but not passing through the Green Dales where there's a lot of Dalish and the marsh because we don't want to go to the marsh. There's bad stories there. Possibly witches, dangerous animals. So we won't be going there. Not right now at least. Looking at Ophelia.
Looking at Ray wants to go.
Yeah, Ray probably knows exactly what witch I'm talking about and what. Yeah.
Right. I'll stop.
Yeah, one of the comic books deals with it. Yeah. Anyone watching who's interested in Dragon Age content, if you have not read novels and comic books, worth a read. Morrigan has a sister who lives in there, and that's all I will say. Yeah. May or may not have been very tragically, I'm still not over it, killed by Alistair Theron, by the way.
I mean, do we really know she's dead?
True. I mean, I guess it's the same. When you have, like, Flemeth and Morrigan and this like, do they die when you kill them? Probably not. He stabbed her, though, with intent to kill.
Which book is this?
One of the comics.
The Alistair trilogy.
Him and Varric.
Silent Grove.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Those who speak.
Yeah, they end up going to Tevinter. It's a whole thing, but her sister lives in the marsh and is a big fan of dragons. Actually, there's a lot of dragons that seek haven with her in the marsh. And you find out that, that's a spoiler, someone that people long since thought dead was not in fact dead.
Yeah.
It's worth a read. It's
Well, it
very
was rough.
interesting.
It was rough and amazing.
Yeah, I don't want to give spoilers because I'm aware that like we don't do that because that one's a pretty big spoiler. But it's worth a read.
Okay.
But you know that there is a powerful witch that you were told was in there, and that was that.
Powerful wish that's there, and I don't want to mess with any witches currently, so we're good.
I mean, the last witch we saw was pretty okay.
Did you see a witch?
She was great. You met that woman in the
Oh
woods,
yeah,
remember?
the instance of
Magdalene.
awareness. I still have one of those, by the way. I
Instance
still have
of
an instance of
awareness.
awareness.
Yeah. With her drawings of her cats.
Yeah.
Amazing drawings.
They were great.
They were good drawings. I still have
You know, if
them.
you meet a random old lady in the woods that's trying to sell you some shit, buy it. Might be interesting.
What could go wrong?
Everything.
Anyway, so yeah, she'll prepare them, tell them like what's the best route.
Mm.
The land might be a little marshy because they're close to the marsh, but
there's a fairly well-traveled trade
Yeah.
route between Ansburg and Antiva City, I would imagine, given that they're two major cities.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you stick to the roads, you'll be fine.
yeah. If you stick to the roads, you'll be fine.
Which Shara is mostly okay with. At least he's getting to walk.
You can walk next to the road if you want.
I would like that.
Okay, I'll walk on the side of the road.
I've missed grass. I know it sounds really ridiculous to say,
And
but
no, it's alright. It makes sense.
he probably lamented with you quite a lot, and often would like go out of the city bounds in High just to go for walks. It's very stressed out in urban conditions.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll give him some enrichment time.
Yeah, it's like when you take your dogs, like your big dogs out to the
Yeah.
park just to run them. Yeah,
Yeah.
you need to run your Dalish sometimes.
I mean, she runs her Dalish a lot, so
He do be hardworking, but
give
yeah.
him some enrichment time. She'll do that.
Okay. All right. So, like I say, it takes you a day or so to get to Ansburg, which is another city. It's not quite the same scale of Starkhaven, but it is very obviously still a large city. And you are able to disembark your boat. Ophelia, do you give them any instructions just to head back to Navarra City? Or just wait here for you?
Well, I think she intends on coming back, so
Like, to wait at the bay.
right to
The
wait
port.
until she dismisses them.
Okay.
They could like park at the port.
Yeah, they could restock. They have leisure. It just lets the staff have their own leisure time.
In Ansburg, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. They will do so. They're more than happy. If they're getting paid to like just have time off now,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're very
We get
happy.
paid time off, damn.
Because in Ophelia's mind, she has every intention of getting what she needs and coming back. She has no reason to
Yes.
think that she won't
And-
come back.
May need convenient transport to get back.
Exactly.
Yep. Very good. So you guys prepare yourselves for setting off. You have a couple days on the road. It's the weather as you cross over into Antiva. The geography feels very familiar to you, Bella, so it may feel quite either heartwarming or stressful. I mean, really, that's your call.
Both. It's a little both. There's a lot
Yeah.
of emotions in her belly right now. It's like that emotion that you feel like between your sternum and like the top of your
Yeah.
stomach.
Yeah. Well, it's familiar, and almost as if on cue, within the first handful of hours of you guys being Antiva and walking on that road, it starts to rain.
Oh,
Antiva.
Yep. The rain is warmer. I don't know how many. Yeah. It's definitely not cold, chilly, drab, rainy days of Ferelden. Yeah, it's like it is like human rain. It's
it's swamp rain.
Yep.
Yeah, it starts off as swamp rain, certainly where you are. Yeah, it's got that kind of like the Mediterranean just brings with it a particular kind of rain, which I imagine is what is going on here. But in many ways, it may be refreshing. You've been in stinky cities for a while, so
Yeah.
You pass by a few towns and villages on your way. Perhaps stopping off for a bit of rest. Like I say, it is going to take you a couple days to travel there on foot. Do you plan on bedding down in one of the towns or on the road?
I go for the town.
Yeah, probably one of the towns.
At least once to see the feel of the people, how they deal with outsiders. And if it's too hostile for our liking, then we up for camping.
Bella kind of goes in and like she'll speak on Tivan and be like, "Hi, can we get a few rooms?" and stuff like that.
Yeah. If you do a vibe check, feel free people to do vibe checks for me. Actually,
we'll vibe checks.
So I want empathy, which is in perception, for vibe checking this town, please.
All right.
21 with a 6-point stunt.
I mean, arguably,
12.
you know your people very well, so you know the facial cues, which does differ from country to country. What you're looking at. Goodbye, my lover. Very good. Goodbye, my choker. All right. So, all of you are certainly aware of general eyebrow raising at the very interesting collection of people. If you saw a group of dwarves coming in, or if you saw a group of the Avar, while they would certainly raise eyebrows because you're not native to here, but a group of nobles, that's very different. But the fact that you are like
mismatched.
It's an adventuring party. No.
It's definitely one of those, like, you have general background stuff, and then you can tell when you're watching cartoons or animes or movies when the main group come in, like main character energy.
Main character
and
energy.
y'all come in with main character energy.
Plus a construct, plus a dragon.
Plus a dragon. Like,
there's
and a cat.
Yeah, all
the cat
kitted
is
out
not
in
with us.
interesting stuff.
No? Oh, my bad.
No, cat is with Dad right now.
You got a
Emotional
Mabari,
support
a
animal.
dragon, a construct. I'll walk into a bar.
So there's a mixed bag because, Bella, you know that towns like this will have a certain way that they will react to elves. And it's not always immediately hostile, but there's a way of talking to the people who are considered, lowest rung of the social. Yeah. We're looking at class system effectively here, and when y'all are like the bottom end of the class system, there's a certain way of dealing with you. There's layers of that. There is certainly interest at the incredibly tall human. The dwarf, not so much. In fact, if anything, Robin, you're probably the one that can walk in and people are least put off by you. Because dwarves travel around a lot when they're merchants, certainly. The dragon, the construct, and then they clock the mage, and you definitely notice, especially Bella, while others, the rest of you notice this is an odd group, and there's a couple people in here that we're maybe not fully comfortable with. The mage, Bella, you pick up on like a ripple of quite exceptional discomfort. And you have an awareness, as a lot of you have been very aware of the social and political landscape of Thedas right now. There is a mage rebellion, so the towers have all fallen. Every mage is considered an apostate, and not so much in Antiva, but certainly in quite a few of the Thedas nations, there is outward fighting, and it's aggressive, and the mages are seen as like the biggest danger. So you're very aware that there's like a quiet that for most people walking into a little town, maybe they would just be quiet around strangers. You know that is a very particular type of quiet.
Yeah.
And the person will look at you and give a tight smile, the person behind the desk, and agree to give you a couple rooms.
Yeah. She'll just say we'll be out first thing in the morning, promise.
Of course.
Thank you. And she'll pay for the rooms.
Mm-hmm. This is very much a stop-off point. It's more about rooms to stay than it is a bar.
Yeah.
But there is a space for you to take meals and have drinks, so you're able to get yourself some rooms.
Yeah. He will tell Ophelia to kind of stay in the room, don't venture out.
If you're comfortable with it, if we're going to be shacking up in different rooms, Miss Lady, do you have a title? Am I meant to call you by a title?
You can just call me Ophelia.
Ophelia. I could share a room with you and keep watch if you like.
That would probably be best.
Sure.
I don't mean to like impose on your personal space, but I feel like if you're left alone in a personal space, you might be in danger.
In danger? Why?
Because you're a mage.
What does that matter?
Outside of Navarra, mages are not seen with a kind eye, especially during these times.
Did you not hear about the whole thing, the explosion that happened a few years ago, and...
There's a mage rebellion happening right now.
Yeah.
And all mages are considered apostates right now.
You would have some awareness in that in Cumberland there is the Grand Enchanter. The name has failed me. Finally, a name has failed me in this game.
Fiona?
No. The main building which serves as the main school and council of mages is in Cumberland. And I have to find it now because it's gonna really bug me that I forgot her name. And actually a lot of the mages who didn't want the rebellion, who didn't want the powers to fall, all have gone there for safekeeping right now. And they consider themselves still allied with the Chantry.
Right.
As far as I'm aware.
The remainder of the colleges.
Yes. Went to River's other... No, I don't need culture and society. Tell me... Sorry, guys. I know I'm pausing, but this is important to me.
No, this is actually a good moment because we just got a donation, so I get to check.
Oh, nice.
What that's about.
Yeah, if there's something that they're wanting from it.
Ophelia, is there any way that you could maybe not look like a mage?
Not look like a mage?
Robes and these quite obvious staff.
All I have are my robes. I'm not giving up my staff.
Well, I'm not saying to give it up. I would never tell you to give it up, but maybe less conspicuous clothing. We did stop in Starkhaven. I thought you would have gotten something.
Thank you.
Why? Tips. My clothes are perfectly fine.
I'm not saying that your clothes aren't perfectly fine. I'm saying that you're easy to clock.
I'm not sure why that is a problem.
She's gonna take Ophelia by the shoulders. Ophelia, there is a mage rebellion happening right now. Everyone around you is wary of mages, and they see you as a threat. You are an apostate right now.
I disagree, but if they have a problem with me, they can just leave me alone. I have nothing I want from them.
If the guards and Templars and everyone just left people alone because they weren't doing anything, we'd have much less of a problem in the world. It's not about doing anything, it's about just being who you are as a person. I know that you may not have experienced this being from the family that you're from, the class that you're from, the race that you're from, but being perceived as a threat, whether you are doing anything threatening or not, in it by itself is a problem. And even if you're not acting threatening, people will still treat you as a threat. Even if you're just walking.
Oh, well, Robert did tell me to go this way and to go that way, but I didn't have a problem.
I dare say, my dear, that people probably want your head.
How interesting.
Yes.
And we're already an eclectic group. And you being the one that everyone stared at tonight and not me or the construct is saying something.
I'm used to people staring at me.
Ophelia, it's not about what you're used to. It's about what you need to do from here on out. You're used to a lot of things because you've never been outside your home.
Yes.
The world outside your home works a little differently. And I understand that you want to do certain things. But you need, if you, listen, you can present however you want then. You want to present as a mage, present as a mage. That in itself will come with problems.
Interesting.
I have daddy's money, it's not going to exactly clear up for you.
I look around. Anyone privy to our conversation?
I'm assuming we were in our rooms already.
Oh, okay, I just want to make sure that this wasn't out in the open.
Yeah.
If you're in your rooms, that's fine. Also, just to clear up, it's the College of Magi, which seems obvious. But the Grand Enchanter usually resides there, and
Which was Fiona, right?
Which was Fiona, yes. And
yeah.
Loosely speaking, technically, currently still is.
What?
She kind of left.
Yeah, they all have. But yes, that is what is in Cumberland. So you have an awareness that that collectively the mages of Thedas have gone through a bit of an upheaval, to put it mildly.
Right, politics, and then the Navarran mages and the Necropolis are a separate order, the Mortalitasi.
Yeah.
Would mages kind of be considered second class at this moment, or always?
Depends where you are.
Yeah.
So, the majority of the Thedas nations, absolutely, they are a step above elves. And they are even mages who have come from like the nobles. So you could be a member of the royal family, and if you present with magic, you no longer are considered part of the royal family. You are sent off to a circle where you just are a mage, and they are prisons that are not prisons, but they're prisons.
Yeah.
You're allowed to learn. Eventually, when you are really quite senior, you may have a reason to go out, but it's usually for official business. And, the various world leaders maybe have someone who is like their advisor, but it's for the most part, and for most of them, and certainly when you're learning, you are... they're seen as a very big threat.
And in Antiva, without the current social political climate in general, they would have been seen as what?
Yeah, dangerous.
Dangerous.
Yeah, and sent to circles. Yeah, very much so. There's a slightly different vibe in Ravane because the leader of Ravane, her daughter was one of the mages, but I think we're kind of at a point in the timeline where her daughter ends up dying in one of the things. So that kicked off. Yeah. And you know that Arlen's people view mages differently. And the Navarrans view them differently, but they are exceptions to the rule.
Yeah, like in Tevinter, the mages still rule.
They're the rulers. Yep. So it's different to Navarra. Navarra, you serve a very particular purpose in your culture. So you're not criminals, and but you're still technically living in circles. You're just an accepted part of Navarran life, whereas Tevinter are ruled by, if you're not a mage, you're second-class citizens.
Right.
And then elves are like dirt on your shirt. You're not even classed as citizens. You're slaves.
Right. right now, Ophelia, you are one level above me in the societal circle.
Interesting.
Like, by all technicalities, I am the most privileged person here at this table.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like, in
I'm
fact,
so
I should
happy
probably
that
be
it
talking.
Arlen is a close second. You and Arlen
Yeah,
are probably
you and Arlen.
fairly, yeah.
I mean,
And
anyone who treats any of you as second-class citizen was gonna get my fist like this on top of their noggin.
I mean, as you can't do that to an entire town.
Certainly not an Antivan city.
Yeah.
I mean, has anyone ever
Right.
tried?
Right now, okay, everyone, I need you to listen. Antiva is a little bit of a different ball game, okay? You have to be on your watch.
Yeah.
The presence of the crows in Antiva is dangerous for everyone. Protectful for Antiva itself, but dangerous for everyone. I need you to take me seriously, Ophelia, when I say that just being yourself, you are a threat, and people will do anything to get away from a threat or to subdue a threat. And I am not saying this lightly.
Interesting.
You want to continue to dress and present how you are? That is fine. But know that you're putting yourself in the group at a higher threat, at a higher danger level. This isn't Navarra.
No, it is not.
Alright. You do as you wish.
Blending into social norms as a human, especially a human with money, is going to make your life easier.
The problem
Not
is Ophelia doesn't know social norms outside of Navarra.
Yeah, we're telling you the social norms.
Mhm.
And the social...
As long as the mage part was dropped, everything else about you is
Yeah.
like gold dust in
Yeah.
Navarra, in Antiva, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not going to
Present
care who you're
yourself.
related to
Yeah,
if they think that you're going to become a demon.
exactly. Your money, your status.
That's a
your
bit
family.
rude.
It's incredibly rude.
Is that Robert?
No, you
but
can't
it's
hear. You
not
can't
mean
hear
if it's
Robert. Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
yeah.
Your family, your status, your money makes no difference if you're a mage.
I see.
And it will be very difficult for you to get what you want if nobody wants to talk to you.
That is a fair point. Robert,
Yes, my dear.
do you
Look around.
still have the ability to be invisible?
Of course, my dear. Is that what you would like from me?
Excellent. I will still have my staff. However, I do have a cloak I can wear over my robes.
Just
We'll
go
need my
grocery
staff.
shopping. I understand.
Just walk with a bit of a limp, my dear. I've seen other mages do that before. And tell them they're very rude for questioning why you need something to help you walk. It's discriminatory is what it is.
Oh,
Because
an
the world
interesting
here
point.
especially cares about being discriminatory or not.
If you are a noble human, yes, they
That's
would.
fair. It'll work if you're a noble human, yeah.
Yeah,
Not that I can hear that, but...
Robin, might
Robin
I
has
ask
to
a
pee
favor?
really bad, but yeah.
Ophelia just wanted to ask if maybe they could change her hair color to something closer to Robin's to make her seem older.
Oh, so you want to gray? You want to go gray?
Right.
I can make you because you got a bit you've got warm undertones.
So maybe like pewter?
Yeah, I can make you more of a like a strawberry blonde really easily.
Don't need to be old to have a limp. You're fine.
No, she just to disguise herself more for a reason to have
Right, what I'm
leaning on the
saying
staff.
is that it is actually hard to get. You see, I'm naturally cool tones. Like, I'm a natural blonde. So it was easy for me to get to this. Whereas, like, with you, like, you have a reddish undertone. So when I take the color out of your hair, it's going to be kind of brassy. Like, getting you to gray is, but I can make you a redhead, and I can make you, like, a strawberry blonde. Or I can make it darker. I can give you black hair.
Give you black hair. That might be easier.
Let's go with black hair.
Yeah, I can definitely give you black hair.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, absolutely. I could do that easily overnight. I just gotta, like, she goes through her bag, and she's like, oh, yeah, look, and just, like, pulls out this thing, and it smells like blueberries, because that's what she uses to darken hair, is blueberries. She's like, yeah, I gotcha. We got this.
Okay. And as we go through the appearance change montage of changing hair color, and you flip back and tussle out the newly colored hair, we can go to break, everybody.
Let's go to break. We will take about a 10-minute break, and we will be back. See you soon, friends. Bye. Sup nerds, we're back. OBS is covering up with subtitles. There we go. We're back just in time for me to empty my bladder again, but we're gonna let everybody else do stuff. So, hi, here we are, back. Do stuff.
Do stuff.
Okay,
Right.
I roll.
You roll. Roll for initiative, guys. No, you're able to see out your evening. You guys, I imagine, distribute yourselves into rooms that feels convenient, not just for people who like to share beds together, but also keeping watch on each other and watching your back, given where you are. You are far enough away from Antiva City that you haven't yet had to split off with Rylan, who intends on getting in ahead of you at the request of Bella, who did say she had things she wanted to tell the party. Is this something that she's going to want to do before she gets in the city, or when you arrive?
I love that happened. So I put a spoonful.
You're welcome. I'm just aware that we will be arriving in the city in but moments in our narrative. So, if this is something you wanted to deal with beforehand, you have the space to do so.
Oh yeah. She'll do that. I'll wait for Robin for Val to get back. Okay. I feel like Robin should be here.
That's
for this.
fair. Yeah, maybe you guys.
Down, you know.
You get a fairly nice breakfast because while you're not necessarily in a big city to get fancy stuff, there is, when you are in places that are more rustic, particularly in the Mediterranean countries, you just get really good food, you know. For some of you, this may be the most flavorful and seasoned food you've ever had. Arlen, certainly that is the case for you. Your people eat a particular way, mostly just meat. Just
Nothing wrong with meat.
Not at all. And Ryland's been out of Eraldin before, although a lot of what he does is actually just information gathering rather than him traveling himself. But for some of you, I don't know. I mean, I feel like because Navarra for me is very that sort of like Germanic, slightly into like Slavic kind of status. Culturally, I imagine while you have flavorful food, I don't know if it's like quite this level of seasoning. I imagine you get a really good borscht in Navarra. I don't know if you guys are aware of what borscht is. It's mostly a Polish thing, although some of the other countries have it, where it's like basically, like Ukraine do it as well, beetroot soup. And it's just like bright, ready purple soup. There's some potato in there as well, and then you put a dollop of sour cream into it, and that's borscht. It's really good. I imagine you get some of that in Navarra. So it's got flavor, but this is whole new. We're settling down for some Antivan rustic countryside town Antivan food.
We'll have a Antivan brandy if it's available.
Of course. They probably have a few brands. You know, like there's the Antivan brandy you give your tourists, and there's the Antivan brandy you keep for Antivans. They can get you a bottle
She'll
of the good
ask
stuff.
for the brandy. Like, even she's like, I know I'm an elf, but I'm also Antivan, so like maybe
I
have the money to pay for it.
I mean, here's what's up. Is there paella? Can we get paella here?
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean it's breakfast, but I imagine you get a really good like breakfast paella. Yeah. Throw some egg into it. Hell yeah.
Bella just orders up like good food for you guys, and it's all like around.
They've got like the flatbreads, because the best way to eat the paella with the flatbread is just like grab a handful with the bread.
Yep.
So there's that. There's some Antivan brandy.
Am I the only one who doesn't know what paella is? Because I'm wondering what
it's rice with a lot of seafood in it. Obviously it has a lot more ingredients, but it's like a big pot of like rice, seafood,
seafood.
some vegetables.
You can sometimes get like just the chorizo version. Sometimes you'll put in some chicken, sometimes seafood, sometimes a mix of all three. But it's the main flavor is like paprika and saffron. A lot of saffron.
It's a Spanish jambalaya.
Basically.
Essentially,
yeah.
I've never seen that when I lived where I lived before. Okay, cool.
They figure out how many heads there are at your table, and you get one of those big like cast iron like pots full of it for you guys to share, and then there's a few plates of flatbreads for you to use to like grab at the food. They'll give you the bottle of like the Antivan brandy, not the we give it to tourists Antivan brandy.
Without hesitation, Bella takes the flatbread and just starts digging into the paella with it.
Oh yeah. Oh.
I'm gonna watch Bella go and like just take a big meaty pan. With the flatbread.
Okay.
With the whole bread.
Just ruined it for everyone. If you just.
Yeah, Shadow's definitely watching and like trying to do it and making sure he's doing it right. Rylan has no hesitation and he's hungry by eating this morning, so it's like leaning over and just shoveling food into his mouth.
Yeah, she'll tell him how to do it. There's a way you have to hold the bread in your like. You gotta do like this motion, like just
the claw.
The claw.
The claw.
The claw. So you have your brandy to give you a little it's that Dutch courage. Ostwick courage? Sure, let's call it that.
Sure. She will have her brandy and I assume that she would have made them sit like a more like private area, like as private as it can be, but like a corner or something. And she's like, once we get into Antigua, I do have some people I would like to see, but may have other people that may not really like me there.
When you say not like you, what are we talking about? And you can see this like that. It's a calm voice, but it's that overprotective fiance. Who we fighting?
We're not fighting anyone. But back in Antigua, I used to run with the crew. And some of them don't like me very much anymore. There was an accident, a crew member died. Some people blame it on me, others understood. That's really all there is, it's fine.
I mean, accidents are accidents.
Yeah.
What level of dislike are we talking?
Well, one of them definitely does not want to speak with me, and the other one, she was the first one. She was a rogue like myself.
Hi.
I don't know if she still is. Can I make like a check? Because I feel like in her information network, she would have like maybe like asked if they had popped up anywhere, or like if they were still working within Antigua or had made their way out. That kind of general.
When you were doing your information gathering?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do like...
It's... I don't even know if that's necessarily historical. It kind of is. I guess it's cunning.
Yeah,
in
I
a way.
have cultural lore, so I'll just do the cunning.
Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily... It's not a tradition or belief.
12, that's not a lot.
Yeah, you're not sure about that.
Sure.
Basically, you did not manage to find information on them. So
there could possibly still be Antigua. I'm not sure. One of them was the head of the little group, basically, unofficially. He blames me. I have my own opinions, but if he blamed me, a lot of people blame me.
Did anybody go to prison because of what happened?
No. What we were doing wasn't necessarily legal.
Okay.
That'd be like shooting themselves in the foot. But when you... And we're elves, we don't go to the guards. We settle our own matters. But, there's a reason why I've asked Ryland to go on ahead of me, so that any information that I need to gather through him does not get distorted or restrained from, or taken away from Ryland because he's associated with me. I don't mind being there, I don't care if they see me, but just
I mean,
heads up.
Are they gonna be visible? Like, we're not talking about like a guild of known people. It's more of a
Oh no, we were like little nobodies, really.
Okay. Any chance of them having ascended to a more powerful station, like captain of the guards or city governor?
They would be a big hypocrite if they did, but I won't
Okay.
put that above.
Those rules don't tend to go to elves,
Yeah,
really.
those rules don't tend to go to us. We're from the Alienish. We stay in the Alienish.
Is there
Okay.
anything you want me to find out about them once I'm there?
Yes. They had a few people. That one, self-proclaimed leader, he was also an information gatherer. I'm sure he has bigger roots spread out in Diva. I don't know anywhere else. I would like you to know how big they are and how far their influence spreads.
Gotcha. So who am I asking after?
Let me open up my
Alejandro.
Alejandro.
Yes.
She will. She will tell him it's an elf called Alejandro. He has a big scar across his left eye. He can't miss it.
Is he hot? Sorry, I shouldn't ask that.
Yes.
Is he hot?
Yes.
Alright.
Hey, listen. How you get your information is I don't need to know.
I mean, I don't know if he swings that way, but I'm not above it.
You do what you gotta do.
Oh my god. I just realized Alejandro's the Spanish version of Alexander. Like, once it was spelled out for me, I was like, obviously.
Yeah. Yep. It's a good name. Alright. And what else am I trying to find out? I mean, if I'm going in ahead of you guys, I want to know where my priorities are.
The best taverns.
I know that. Rude.
Yeah, but does he know that?
I gave him a list. Anyway.
You're helping him. It's not fair.
There is also another situation that I've been informed about. I don't know if our newest member cares or not, but elves going missing really isn't anything out of the ordinary. I will be honest. But the fact that the information of elves going missing has been given to me, it means that it has been happening much more often, much more constantly.
Just vanishing.
Was it given to you as a warning? Like, hey, if you come here, you might be disappeared? Or...
You're muted, buddy. Or at least it's not picking up your audio.
It was given to me as something is up, something is wrong. It is out of the usual.
All over Thetis.
Oh, okay, so just not in Antivia, but all over Thetis.
Yeah, it was some guy back in Navarra that told us. Said it was like in some instances, the people seem to be choosing to just up and leave.
So not being taken. Yeah, they're not being taken. They're just up and leaving.
Only in some instances. I guess we don't know, and that's what she was warned about.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Forgotten about that, so we'll write it. So if you guys find out anything, please let us know.
If I go missing, come looking for me.
Don't go
Okay.
missing, darling. And you also be careful, and she'll say to Sharo. Just stick with us. Don't go away.
I'm quite big. I think I'm kind of hard to kidnap.
You'd be
I'll
surprised.
just go dead weight and then.
Yeah, but what if they have a finch? Or a canary?
That's what I was... Yeah.
Have you ever been bench pressed by a canary? I have.
Rylan slowly raises his hand.
Yes! Like, I take that as a high five. And I
High
just
fives
go
you
in
with said raise
for
hand.
it.
Yeah. I've effectively been bench pressed with a ball.
There's a lot of situations happening around, and the last time we got word of missing elves, we ended up fighting a whole ass dragon, so. Well, their god thing.
Yeah, not just a dragon god. We did that. And yet those little assholes at the river nearly fucking murdered us. And here we are, just been like, we killed the dragon god, and little river critters were like, I don't care. Dragon god, who gives a shit?
You know, it's kind of the thinking behind. Did the stream go down for anyone else?
Did it?
It did for me, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
me
yeah,
too.
sorry, I got 166. Yeah, I didn't have my OBS up. It should be, yeah, we are having an internet burp.
Okay.
Okay, it should be.
I don't know at what point it only just went off for me just now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, internet's burp. Let's see what's going on. I'm just gonna switch this to the splash real quick, just for. Alright, sorry about that, friends and family. We just had a quick little internet burp, and Alex went to the bathroom. But now you get to be stared by the moose.
Yes. You're getting stared. It looks very picturesque. Let's see the picture of Ireland.
Yeah.
Yeah, what were we talking about? High-fiving over Canary.
Yeah,
it's you know, those river things is like the thinking behind like socialism, I guess. You know, where it's like when you've got lots of little people that realize they can get rid of the things that are powerful on top of them, it's, you know, possible when you've got the numbers.
That is true. And we did have the numbers over the dragon, so that makes sense. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that was it.
Arlen's back. But he's a unicorn.
A unicorn.
It's the best I can do because of my headset. Like,
Listen,
Birthday unicorns.
Perfect. It's perfect.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I am a mythical creature now.
Yeah.
Now you are also a cryptid. What's up?
Yeah.
Unicorns are cryptids.
Yes.
Alright, but yeah,
Yes.
we were just having that conversation. So yeah, elves are disappearing.
Yep.
Sharo can be kidnapped.
Yeah.
Like,
She'll just go dead, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if it's a Canary.
Yeah.
Yeah. They like them dead weight, so it's a challenge.
I'm just saying this so that we can all keep an ear on the ground about that, and you can all also be aware about my past in Antigua.
Yeah.
Should we have a meetup spot in case we get separated for any reason?
Good idea.
Yeah, I'm gonna need somewhere that I can meet up with you all as well.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be a place that no one will think that would be a good meeting place. Like, it can't just be like a tavern because that's obvious.
And where are we keeping the dragon?
What about the location for Ophelia's great uncle's house? She could share that location with them as a potential meetup because no one's expecting. Well, someone might be expecting her to go there though.
Yeah.
Her family, but not them.
Yeah.
Are you fine with putting your property and your family in possible danger like that?
Oh, my great uncle's already dead.
Oh, okay. So just the staff you would be worried about. You'd be worried about
if there are any.
Oh, so it's just a house that's been hanging out, like.
That's what I need to find out.
Oh, you know what? We can. Okay.
We'll probably figure that out first thing we get there, and then see if we can meet up there.
Yeah.
Plus, then no one's gonna look for criminals in a rich person's house.
That is
an empty rich person's house.
So
fair.
That might be.
I'd like to point out I'm not a criminal.
If we're running from the cops, we're all criminals, really.
Like, well, first of all, ATAB. Second of all,
I forgot that.
Yep.
I'm just saying, things are going to be a little dicey sometimes, probably.
Yeah.
It's fine.
If I'm going on ahead of you all, is that where I'm meeting you then, at this rich dead dude's place?
Actually, that would be perfect. Can you give him the address?
Oh yeah, she promised to give you the address when we arrived, so she'll tell you the location.
All right, I can do that.
And can you get me at least a feel, Rylan, of this again, I forgot her name. I never wrote it down, but the guy in Navarra told us there might be like a person we can talk to, an information gatherer that may or may not have worked, like sometimes works with pros, sometimes doesn't.
Wait, no. Erdan is the elf. Did he give you? There was.
There was because we were talking. Sorry.
Oh, I can't see it right now.
Was it Kimara Vandis, or is that something else?
That is the woman who potentially was with Ophelia's great uncle that we were gonna look into, who might have the estate.
Yeah, there's been letters going back and forth between him and her. Now, granted, that would have been a long while ago.
Oh yeah,
but that is the name of the contact. Moira.
I think it was
I have
Moira.
the name Moira written down. Yeah. I have lots of just little notes of names.
Moira. Yes, hon.
I think it was Moira because it's ringing a bell.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can.
She will
can
tell
certainly
Rylan
do it.
to not necessarily engage in any business, but kind of feel her out a little bit.
I'll feel her out if you want.
You take that however you want.
All right. So, check in about Moira. Information about your old crew. And now, you and I are aware that there is people you're looking into when you get there.
Yes, there's. What?
Do you need me to do anything with the dickhead you and Arlen are looking for?
Well, yes, but I don't want to give you too much to do. I mean, if you want to listen
tomorrow,
if you want to.
No, I'm good. Because I'm going in ahead of you. So if you just give me my priority when I first arrive, if it's the old crew and then making contact with Moira, I can do that.
That is your priority. Once we settle in, meet us at the house, and then I'll give you some more. Does that sound good?
Yeah, cool.
There's a few other
boss
people
lady.
that I need to.
Okay.
There's a few other people I need to get information on, and one of them being a merchant prince is not going to be easy.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I'd argue the other one might be harder to get intel on.
Yeah.
Are you talking about getting intel on the lady that we're looking for?
A step before that.
Oh.
Daddy.
I may or may not be looking for my birth father as well.
I really hope it's not the same person.
It is not.
Okay.
The person that killed your mother is a woman.
Right, but on the order of a man.
Blonde hair. I remember you guys gave me a brief. But
Blonde
she
hair,
might have been. I mean, I won't give any more information than you are comfortable sharing.
But you all don't have to worry about that part.
Okay.
I mean, you might. Are you going in openly looking as you are?
No. Okay, so maybe there might be some trouble there. So as far as you're right. As far as I know, my dad is an Antivan crow. So looking into that might be dangerous and a little reckless. But if we can get in contact with him, you might be able to get information on the person that put that hit on your mother and who did it.
Okay.
I do not want you sharing this information with anyone. And then she'll look to Ophelia.
It's Robert you need to be worried about.
The one no one can hear. Other than
That's right.
He speaks a lot. He's a telltale.
Yeah.
He's a talker.
Really, weirdly enough, I trust Bertie more than I trust you right now. Not kidding. But this is information that if it gets out that I am looking for someone in that area, it might put a hit on us.
I don't want to have a hit on me. That's cool. I mean, I've probably already got this.
You probably already do.
Yeah.
But from a different
yeah.
Yeah.
The last thing I need is for, like, both of them to be like, you know what? She should go.
Why, I didn't want to necessarily mention it because I was planning on doing that information gathering by myself. When I say by myself, I mean you and I, right?
I just want to point out that while you are not entirely, completely unique in your hair color, it is not massively common.
I am aware.
And I'm not talking about, like, the people of Antiva recognizing you. I'm talking about him.
Then if he recognizes me and wants to make the first step, he is all welcome to.
You're not wrong. Maybe that's the best way to smoke him out.
That is true.
I just thought it was worth noting, because now that the cards are on the table, it's a signature look.
Then maybe you might be able to get me information on where a public place that maybe a lot of crows meet. And I'll just take a day and take a stroll.
Not by yourself.
No, never.
Good.
I'll have Andriel with me.
Yep. I will do what I can.
You do what you can. Do not put yourself in any unnecessary danger.
And you know I'll always do as you instruct me, because you are my boss lady and you keep me very well paid. However, the look on your fiance's face is making me nervous. So.
I turn to look at Sharon. What does he look like?
Incensed. He looks incredibly not just nervous, like he's having, like, internal crisis at the idea of you just on your own sauntering into a place that is an absolute den of assassins.
I'm not going to start any fights.
Apoplectic is a very good word.
Yeah. I'm not going to start any fights, Starling, I promise.
If the information that we have right now is there are people who may want you at the very least harmed, if not killed, that we're going to look into.
If they wanted
We
me
know
to,
that
they
elves
would've
are
done
potentially
so before I
disappearing.
left.
And these people are exceptionally dangerous, and you're going to just walk in. At least, can some of us be nearby and just watching your back?
Yes, that is fine. Just know that when you're watching my back, people are watching you.
I don't care.
Look, we'll
About
figure
that.
out the plan. I don't have a plan right now.
We need
I'm
more
not-
information before we can have a plan, Shadow.
Yes.
And guess what?
I'm-
We have a really good information gatherer that is being paid to do this, while the rest of us get accustomed to Antiva. We have a house to look at.
And some Antiva Noir wrestling to see.
Fuck yeah.
Front row seat.
Front row. Oh,
You'll
goodness.
get some of that oil splashing on you. It's great.
Just don't light a match.
No.
It's just olive oil, at least.
Still, don't light it like don't light a match. Olive oil also catches on fire.
Bella will look at Cheryl and say, "We will talk later before we get to Antiva, I promise." A more private conversation.
Okay.
Just.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to spring this all on you at the same time, to everyone.
Kind
It's
of
been
already
hard.
sort of new-ish. I'm not surprised. I'll put it to you this way. I'm not surprised.
I know, Robin, you're not. I know you're my ride or die.
Yeah, not
Oh.
surprised. You know.
You know, I wasn't always as good as I am right now, and I had to start, and that was
Listen,
a
you
little
confessed
rocky.
a lot to me after the catfish incident. I'm just saying.
It is.
We were really drunk. Like, we celebrated. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When
We
you're
were trying.
really
We were
drunk and
trying
your
to like
life
out
is-
rogue each other in rogue stories,
Yeah.
and like, what is more roguey in a rogue story than the fact that your dad's a fucking crow? Like, I can't top that. Can't.
You can, however, top a crow. Just saying.
I mean, sure.
10 out of 10 I recommend while you're there.
Time out, Ryland. Have you topped a crow?
A
Road
couple.
tapped you?
Yeah.
His name start with a Z.
Not that one. That one's on my wish list. Oh, that one. He used to dance around with. I mean, I was a youngin', like, when the Siege of Denerim happened, and, like, you know, I'm aware of the stories. Not yet.
On my wish list.
He is on my wish list.
Fair. I'm pretty sure he just agreed to it if you ran into it and asked him. So, like, hey, what's up? Wanna...
Are you DTF?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe. Maybe he's here. Maybe he's back in
Miracle.
Antiva.
It'd be a miracle if we
Could be.
Yeah.
Should look him up.
Yep. I will. There, I mean, maybe I will achieve my ultimate
we
goal.
could drop the fact that we are buddies with King Alistair.
Yeah, like they
That's
know each other.
True.
Like, my
That's dropping a big name now.
my
Maybe-
baby's daddy is hanging out with Alistair right now.
Do you think they're DT? I don't know. I think Alistair would.
I
don't
honestly,
know.
I feel like King Alistair he was in love once, and he was a ride or die for his love.
And that's it for him now,
That's
yeah.
it for him, yeah. Like, he might...
It's kind of sweet, like, but I don't know if I could do that personally myself. But I mad respect him, though, eh?
Oh, yeah, that's to each their own. Everyone loves differently.
Mm-hmm.
I'm of the opinion that love should be multiplied. And not by having children. By just loving multiple people.
That's fair enough.
This person that is on your wish list, do let me know, because that would make my life a whole lot easier if they're willing to work for this.
Oh, can you imagine?
I know. Don't get my hopes up. Anyway.
Well, anyway, the point being, I would add that onto anyone who is here and open to it, because I know some of y'all are monogamous and committed right now, but anyone who's not, 10 out of 10 do recommend a crow. They're built different.
Philia's just like, what?
Huh?
Philia's just like cocked her head to the side like,
yeah.
What?
They're quite literally built different though. No, they are, because I don't know if you've heard about the crows, but they're picked when they're kids. They pick them up as little kids, and then you are put through grueling, aggressive, violent trials. They test you to your absolute limits, and maybe 1 in 10 of them is going to survive into adulthood. Most of them will just die. So when you achieve that and you become a crow, you are quite literally built different. You had to be, or you would not have survived. So and they are quite a lot of them are not everyone. Quite a lot of them are elves though, because we are known to be pretty. I mean, if you see any indicates to all of the elves at the table,
elves are very pretty.
We're built different as well.
It's just Child, Bella, and Rylan on one side. Just
the elves all sit together.
You are built pretty. Mm-hmm.
We are built pretty, yeah. So it makes us good at infiltrating into people's beds. That's handy for a crow as well.
And people
I
are
get it.
at their most
vulnerable.
Arlen gets it.
and easy to
Arlen gets it.
Get information off when they are naked.
Ophelia just starts blushing.
Is Shanae a spy? Is that what's going on?
Wait, time out. Ophelia.
Yeah.
What?
Ophelia.
Yes.
Are you a virgin?
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
I have no need for that.
So, so you just have like you just don't want any. You're just not into people in general and feeling good.
Well, I've been very busy with my work. I haven't had time.
Oh, so it's just a matter of opportunity. You just have not had the opportunity.
Well, there was a boy once. That was a long time ago. We didn't do anything.
Did you want to?
I don't know. We were quite young. We never had that conversation.
Fair enough.
Do you want to 15. Do anything now?
Now? Well, I'm still quite busy.
I mean, you're not that busy. I mean,
I was not that busy.
We were on a boat with a lot of people. There could have been. I know for a fact that Bella and Cheryl found plenty of time. Like that rocking you felt, that wasn't Finch walking.
I mean, sometimes it was, but not all.
The two coincided. They used that for building momentum.
Oh, wow.
Hey, no, listen, some people need like deep, meaningful, emotional connections before they feel a need to do anything further. There's nothing wrong with that.
Some people just don't feel like they want to at all. That's fine.
Yeah.
So I'm
usually though, they're the peoples with the dirtiest fucking minds though. The ones that don't actually do it, man, raunchy.
The idea of it is far more appealing than the actual act. I do know someone like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In theory, great. In practice, for them, not so much.
But the thing is that like, I also know people like that. Like, I had a friend that was like, you know what? Unless they're like 4 times bigger than me, I won't do it. And then they met a Canary, and they're like, you know what? There it is. That's
I mean,
what's
I feel
happened.
that sometimes. Some days I feel that way as well.
Mm-hmm.
Go big or go home, I believe is the phrase.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't think that's what I want.
No.
Wait, oh, that's fine. Like,
You can also not want any. And
I wouldn't recommend 4 times your size for your first time. That's for
oh
sure.
no, but unless they're like, here's the thing, mine was with a girl, so my canary was with a girl, so I didn't have like that to worry about, but there was the
yeah. Goes to high five you again.
high five you with the same hand. Like,
I take a big sip of my drink. Like, man, we are horny people.
Like,
Some of
we
us
have had
emotions
sex
is
in
the
a
name of the
river
game.
together. What did you expect?
Yeah.
Like,
Point taken.
right? Like, we had a threesome. Come on.
Yeah, listen, it's clearly been a bit of a spell. He's been away from his lady love for a while.
It's okay.
And you just, hit
Yeah,
a dry spell.
And he only has her on his heart right now, and it's he just can't. He doesn't have anyone to partake with. I understand. I understand, Rylan. Not Rylan, Arlen. It's okay. I understand.
I haven't had you and I for a few days.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's nearly over a week. Jeez.
But I mean,
That's long for me.
a week.
But we're going to be in Antigua.
Honestly, it's. I did. When I got back to Ostagar, I did get reacquainted with somebody for like a day.
Yeah.
That was how long ago? Like a month? Yeah, it's been a month.
I'm sure
Yeah.
you'll find a lot of people to put you up to date, both of you. And
Honestly, I wouldn't mind. Honestly.
Of all the things to end a dry spell, oily wrestling is definitely a way to end it.
No.
That's one way of doing things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you gonna wrestle, Rylan?
Me, I'm not really a wrestler. I mean, there's different
I'm
kinds.
assuming there's a weight division that you could qualify for.
That's true. Maybe I would
Lightweight.
qualify my but I just feel like I would get very distracted. I don't feel like I'd be very successful because if I've got a big, beefy, oiled up person coming at me, the last thing I want to do is.
the first thing you want
Yeah.
to do is, submit on the ground. But,
Yeah. Roll
It's
over on my
like-
back and show my belly.
Oh
Like a cat.
Do you
That's
think they're
exactly
going
it.
to do tryouts for new people?
Oh
for
yeah, they will.
wrestling?
Yeah.
Arlen, do you wanna do some oil wrestling?
Oh, Arlen, please do some wrestling, please. I want to see that.
Only against you.
There's a little, like I was taking a sip of drink. I was like,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm down.
All right, we're doing this.
I have oil
I
right now.
don't think it'll
let's
be
do
much
it.
of a fight.
No. I mean, not here. We at least are going to make a show out of it.
Let's finish.
Yeah.
Let's finish our food and let's just start heading out. Yeah.
Yeah, we have a dead person's house to go see.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Well, I'm probably gonna. I'll go off ahead of you guys.
Yeah.
Finish
Be
up my
safe,
breakfast, and
please.
I'm always safe. And when I'm not safe, it's consensual. Right. Goodbye, everyone. He will finish up his breakfast, pack up, and head off ahead of you guys. Hi, Raiders. How's it going? We're talking about sex and being oiled up. How's your Saturday night going?
Thirst and emotions.
I think we should just change the name of the game to Thirst and Emotions.
Thirst and
but-
emotions hashtag.
Yeah, for sure.
It could be a
Um,
subtitle.
Could be a subtitle.
Darkness
Yeah.
Unbroken, Thirst and Emotions.
Yeah.
Which gives the main title a new meaning, kind of.
Yeah.
Like a horse.
Like,
Yeah.
Anyway, so you guys set off on the road.
Mhm.
And
Speaking
you
of horses.
are able to, speaking of horses, you do set off. It's gonna take you like another day, and a bit just to travel in. But eventually you do, see Antiva City in the distance. And it's big, it's sprawling, and it's sort of built into, I always view it as like what Rio is, for those of you who are aware of the way that Rio is kind of like splayed out, where you have like the bay and the coastal kind of area, and then there's fairly steep cliffs in the back that it's kind of built into in the back. You're, however, coming at it from a different angle. Most people arrive in Antiva City in the docks. You are coming in a road that's sort of winding down a higher area, so you can see down into Rialto Bay, and I mean it's beautiful. It's a really beautiful part of the world. You can see the bay. I imagine by the time you're arriving, nightfall is coming, so you're kind of getting that sunset colors dancing across the waters. There's a lot of boats out at sea, different types of vessels. And the city itself is large, as I say, and the closer that you get, there's a particular Antiva City odor.
Yeah.
Where for those who are from either the city or something similar, it's mostly just you. I imagine Denham isn't wildly different, to be honest, because it is also a port city. It's a mix of the smell of food. There's like brewery, like a distillery, where you're kind of getting the wafts of that. There's the sea, the salty air, and just undernotes of the day had been wet, but also there was like a heat to it, and it's just kind of cooked the ingrained piss that there's just always that note of being slightly pissy. However, for those that are native Bella, this is home.
Home sweet home.
It smells like home. So I imagine it carries with it more of an emotional attachment than it is concerning yourself with the waft of piss. Where are you heading first and foremost?
Let's find this let's find your house first, yeah.
Sure. Any street vendors as we pass by? I'm pickish.
There would be a lot.
So many.
This is definitely, I mean, a lot of your big cities would have had street vendors, but as some of you guys may know, either just through like a cultural awareness or maybe you have traveled a bit, some countries and also just some cities within those countries are just a bit more heavy on the street vendor. Antiva City seems to be one where it is a very common place, and there's signature foods.
Street food everywhere.
Just street food everywhere. I really want them to have the I've forgotten the name. You know how in India they have those little like puff balls that you break open a little bit and then you put like the sweet syrup and the fillings on the inside, and they're like crunchy on the. I imagine there's like things like that. All sorts of stuff. In fact, you know what? For the flavor, Satan, do you want to tell us a couple of Bella's favorites where she might be dragging them over to get some street food? What might they be finding? Yeah.
You're going to be finding, there's like, I would say, there's a lot of things that you can just kind of eat straight off. Let me double check.
Listen, if you want a flavor that a lot of the street food here is like inspired by Puerto Rico, go right ahead.
I mean,
I love that kind of food.
If sure, because there's not much known about Antiva City anyway.
Mm-hmm. And because it's coastal, there's going to be a lot of seafood and Peruvian
yeah, there's
island.
Gonna be a lot of seafood. Her favorite, which is my favorite, is going to be this. Here's some concept art of Antigua City as my background. It's going to be this fried fish batter that they just kind of pour into a fryer. And it has chunks of fish in it, so it's crispy on the edges, but then like nice and chewy in the middle. I would say blood sausage as well. A lot of fried things that you can get. A lot of corn-based fried things. You can get like also like it's like this bowl of like mashed root vegetables, and it's fried, but inside it has meat. So
oh wow, I definitely go with that.
Yeah. There is. Let me see. Let me go to my mind palace of food.
It's okay. I think I'm gonna settle on.
We get the. No, okay, yeah.
So I'm gonna just grab a handful, pay the man, and just.
A lot of like meat on a stick, also.
Okay.
I'm always about meat on a stick.
Oh, it's so good. It's just like at least with Puerto Rican food, it's a lot of fried stuff. So it's so good.
Always about meat on a stick.
And you'll always find wherever you find food, you'll always find beer.
Oh, just cerveza everywhere. Let's go.
Yep. So, there's much to delight in, and even if you don't want the one that she's taking you to, there's probably another couple either nearby or on the same street. So it's very easy to pick up something that you're interested in.
There's also like some fruit being sold as street food as well. Like this bunch of like little, almost look like little limes, but you kind of pop them open with your teeth, and it's kind of fleshy, like fleshy fruit around like a big like it's a choking hazard. Don't swallow it, but you kind of just suck off the little fleshy bit off the seed and then throw the seed out. Real good.
Now you have the address, Ophelia, but not necessarily a personal awareness of Antiva to know exactly where you're going. Bella, as I imagine, you have been shown the address by now. You know that a lot of the wealthier people, particularly those who were considered foreigners, of which her great uncle was, tends to be more on the outskirts and slightly into the raised parts, away from the bay itself. The larger house holdings that are next to the bay and around the central part of the city itself is for the merchant princes and like Antivan, who effectively are the ones that run the city. As you've explained to them, there is a royal family, but they're not really figure holders basically. So you would know where you're going as a general area, and then once you get there, you are able to figure out the place that you're looking for. And as you guys are on the approach by foot, you can see that there is it's gated off, and you can see the large home that's in the central part. There appears to be a couple of like smaller side buildings. There is a driveway for any carriages and what have you that lead up to it, and what should be very well manicured gardens. It looks like some things are just you like those like topiary shapes mostly are starting to go a little wild. It looks like they've not necessarily been very well kept, and this gate is very much closed.
Does it have lock?
Yeah, it's like chained off.
I can get this in if you want.
Yes, of course.
She's gonna like just open her jacket, get her lockpick, and just start working at the.
Yeah, roll me a lockpick and roll.
I mean,
I can. If it fails, I can reroll. I have a thing.
Yes, you have a sure. Well, roll again just to see if it's higher. 14 might be.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I also I'm very confused. Ophelia, did you not bring a key?
I was not provided a key, no.
Is it okay that we're here?
Well, I am the next of kin, so I would imagine so.
Okay.
Anyone questions it?
Do we have to check in with some sort of magistrate to say, hey, we're here?
Not that I'm aware of.
Hair. She just. There you go.
Yeah, you guys are discussing as the chain is slowly lowered and the gate is opened.
Okay.
I guess this is your place now.
Clearly, it doesn't seem like there's been people taking care of it, at least.
Not altogether surprised.
As you walk up the driveway, you can see that this is a very nice home. It's clearly sizable. You have seen larger and flashier places, which could be for a number of reasons. I mean, obviously the biggest and flashiest places is for the people who are native and live here all the time. And perhaps Ophelia, the conclusions that you draw, your great-grandfather, this isn't like a home that everybody knew about. Your family didn't necessarily know that this was a thing, or at least nobody had really looked into it. This was very much a place that was owned. It's clear in your digging that he came here, just not necessarily outwardly or loudly professing that he did. So,
Right.
nice, but it's not making a big grand thing of it.
Right.
Sorry,
More
guys.
like a little love nest.
OBS
tucked
dropped.
away.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Can y'all hear me?
Just in
Can y'all
case,
hear me? Can y'all hear me?
while everyone went
Can
through,
y'all
I was gonna
hear
close them and
me?
lock them again.
Apparently
Sure.
cannot hear me.
Mhm. Easily done.
Just in case.
Yeah. Padlocks are easier to click on. You don't have to do the locking system. Oh, did we just drop again?
Yeah, I've been screaming at y'all.
Oh, no, we're good.
No, you're not. You're not good. So,
Yeah.
all right, y'all. Sorry about
Good.
that. Once again, I just have really burpy internet today. Not quite sure why. But we're here. We're back. Let's go.
Okay, so you approach this home and it is also closed off. A couple of the lower levels look like they're boarded up, not in a distasteful way, but dissuading people that might be trying to come here and just break in or just crashing on the inside. So you may have to do a little bit of a wander to find a way in, as we don't necessarily have a key, but
A lockpick.
you should do.
We have a key. The master key.
You have a master key.
We have all the keys.
We've named it Bella.
Yeah.
Would your before we lockpick inside of the house? Is your uncle known to set traps on his doors in case someone broke in?
Not that I'm aware of. Robert, do you sense any kind of lingering shields or anything that my uncle may have put up?
No, I don't think there would be shields exactly, my
Swords.
dear. It's yes, there's definitely a lingering something, but traps, no, should
Okay.
be fine.
Well, what's this something that's lingering?
You don't know because you cannot hear Robert.
Oh, that's true. I can't hear
That was
Robert.
gonna be my
Sorry.
question. They'll be like, "What's lingering, Robert?"
Yeah. I don't know, an energy. You know, the vibes.
Vibes are off.
Yes.
Is it a
What's-
dead energy? Is
Hey.
it a dead energy, Ophelia?
She's asking Robert what type of energy, primal, entropy, one of the schools of magic, if it's
Yeah.
a particular type.
No, it's more to do with the spirit.
Spirit.
Yes. It's
Someone who is deceased?
quite possibly.
Or a spirit, like you.
I think there has been. I don't know if it's necessarily still there. It's hard for me to tell. I'm not able to get a good read on it. I don't know if it's something that is currently within at the moment, but
Ophelia
Yes.
will relay to them that there might be some lingering spirit energy. She's not sure of what type yet, so to be on their guard for spirits within
We-
the home.
we are here looking for something in particular, my dear. After all.
Yes. So, can I do a roll to maybe like look around for the particular footprints or signs that I'm looking for?
Roll me. Well, if you're looking for like actual footprints, that's a searching roll. If you're doing a magical vibe check, can you do a magical vibe check with Arcana, please? So this is just a
I have arcane lore, and then I have like
I would say you can either do arcane lore if you're just trying to get a figure on what might be going on. If you're trying to get a sense for magic in particular, you could always roll a magic focus. So if you know that spirit is something that's
so
potentially a
entropy
thing.
and far as necromancy.
uh
It's usually where
yes,
nec-
yes,
necromancy
yeah,
is entropy.
necromancy stuff is entropy. Yeah.
Okay, so
Ooh.
Wow.
I mean that's their specialization.
Yes, not recent as in the last day or so, but not terribly long before that. The dead did walk here.
Okay. Is there any way to find out if it is of my bloodline?
Not easily without going in and seeking out more information.
Right.
You'd
Is there
have
a
to get
roll for
inside.
that? Okay, have to get inside. Okay.
Once you're inside, yeah, you guys will have to go in.
So Ophelia will let them know, be like, there was potentially someone of the dead here, but possibly not here anymore.
Okay. Question, Emma.
Yes. Oh, not me.
Yes.
Sorry. Is there a big rock right next to the door?
Sure.
I flipped the rock. Is there a key?
I thought Arlen was gonna throw it through the door.
You
No.
flip the rock, not a key. Rock beside it, not a key. But you know what? The rock itself, maybe a certain type of key.
I have lockpicks, please.
Yeah, Ophelia would pretend
You just see
she's using a
Arlen like
rock.
lifting up big rocks and just having a look.
Just a moment, like, huh? I could.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put the rock down because I don't want to.
Another.
Ophelia,
I don't want to
I'll
have to replace the door.
Yeah.
It's like, excuse me, sir.
I will try to.
I was looking for a key. It became a key.
With a 16, yeah, you're able to undo the lock that is on this door. It takes a little bit of jimmying because it looks like there is a board up on the other side. But I could include as part of that 16, once you're aware that there is something blocking it, you can do the thing where you just slip in something thin and just
Yeah.
tap it up and off.
Yeah.
So it takes a little bit of work. Some of you guys are standing around. That's maybe while Arlen is looking around for the key under the rocks.
You never know.
But eventually the door does open. Yes. And within, this has architecture that for you, Bella, is quite familiar. It's clearly, even though it wasn't an Antivan that lived here, the build and the architecture is
Same
definitely
architecture.
Antivan. Yeah, and you've been inside a couple wealthy people's homes before.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's got familiar architecture to you. When you go inside, it's quite clear for you, Bella, that this isn't necessarily Antivan decor. Ophelia, you do recognize very similar, but like it's clear that a Navaran of some wealth and taste lived here for a while.
I
So-
would like to go searching for like papers and anything other that might help me figure out what potentially was being sought after by the dead,
Yes.
or maybe who it was.
Yes. So you will be looking for an office, giving enough time. I'm not going to make you do a searching roll because you're, by process of elimination, you would have the time to go through every room in this house and find where the office is. Once you get there, there is books lining this room, and there are papers that are on the desk. A couple of the drawers are open, and a couple of them look empty.
Recently,
Well,
like maybe I'm looking for signs that anything was disturbed.
yes.
I can
This
help
is
her with that if she needs
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
You
because
guys
there would
can
be
do-
dust, right? If it'd been
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're doing searching rolls, which lives in perception.
Okay.
I'm gonna use a reroll. Okay, that wasn't great still, but 13.
Searching. That's Finch, not Robin.
Ophelia got 14 with 2 stunt points.
Nice.
Searching. 13.
Okay. So, my two rogues, you're looking around, and there's a lot of stuff here. What you guys may notice in your search, just because you're generally casing the room, there is a spot on the back, on the ledge that's sort of like at the windowsill, where you can see there's a couple of like decorative things there, and there is like a rectangle shape that is void of dust, which gives the impression that something was there for a long time and was lifted. As to what made the rectangle, it's kind of hard to judge because that could be the base of a statue. It could also be a box, so it could be either or. Ophelia, you do note that the natural gathering of dust over the many years, it's decades now, that since his passing, this place has been left somewhat untouched because it wasn't signed off as like going to anyone in an official sense. In terms of holding, and when you had done your research, you found that a lot of his stuff was kind of being held and had not necessarily been passed on
Right.
yet.
His foreign holdings.
His foreign holdings were not, yes, because they were not the public facing stuff. There's definitely spots on this desk where things have been moved and taken. There is, when you kind of like open and close a folded up stack of papers, it's clear that it used to like just live, it was just sitting on the desk and had been opened somewhat recently because the dust had been disturbed. The drawers, it's a little harder to tell because when you have a closed drawer, it collects less dust than anything else, but the fact that a couple are empty, there's enough evidence that some things have been moved recently that will let you know that the likelihood is those were emptied recently as well. In terms of content, you see more writing, perhaps with more detail, I suppose, to Chimera Vondas. And what you see are, it's her letters to him, obviously, because any letters he wrote to her would be with her. And you find this stack. A couple of them, it looks like they're telling, you can see evidence of a back and forth because whatever question she had asked, the next one in looks like it's asking further questions. And then there's a point where it suddenly shifts, which might imply that some are missing from the middle part, if that makes sense, because everything's kind of tying together a story. The general vibe's just my word for tonight, apparently. She was asking a lot of questions of him about the process to which you bind the spirit of the dead back into their body. She was very curious about how the Mortalitasi did this. And there's questions which sort of like they're elaborating on. They're talking about the particular magical practices involved, any items that are used for that, how you prepare the body, what happens if bits are missing. Like it's really, and it's very much a conversation, and you note that while they started somewhat formal over the course of these letters, they become less and less formal. And there's like personal questions being asked of like, how's the family, like very, it's quite clear that they were close. And judging by the way that her questions go, you don't know the other side of the conversation, but it does seem that he likely gave up a fair bit of information, which is a big
trade secrets. Yeah,
that's a big no.
He's like, you can talk about it in a general sense, but you cannot give details
how you do
at
it
all.
No, certainly not to an outsider, and certainly not from a mage. And roll me. It's technically a cunning. It ties to linguistics, so I don't know.
Got it.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I mean, I have linguistics as a
Yes,
talent.
you do. You do. So I would say roll cunning, and you're going to add the 2 as if it were a focus. So add 2 to whatever you roll.
Okay.
15,
So 15.
There are linguistical patterns you notice in the way that she speaks. In her letters, particularly once she starts getting less formal, that suggest Tevinter origins.
So she wasn't Antiba, possibly.
Her name, right. Her name doesn't necessarily give away Antiba, because Vondas is not necessarily one that you would note as being particularly Tevinter in nature, but the linguistics suggest a pattern in that leaning, and you know that because it's one of the languages you study, because a lot of ancient magical stuff is written in Teveen. There's Teveen turns of phrase being used, which, if someone of Teveen origin is finding out those particular trade secrets, we have a problem.
And on that note, would be out of business.
On that note, I feel like there's a perfect spot for us to pause our investigation and pause our story, because someone has a birthday meal to get to.
We can push a little bit, just a little bit.
Sorry. It's a nice natural stopping point of like, I imagine Ophelia muttering swear words in Navaran at what she's just read.
Right? Like, what the hell was he doing? Before we go though, could I do one last check to see if the person in this room taking things was dead? One last entropy roll?
Yeah, you can do it. Yeah.
Skin flakes around?
That's a fucking roll.
Skin flakes. Holy shit.
Skin flakes galore.
It's hard to judge if they were the one taking things, but you have those magical markers around you to know that the dead walked this room recently. This room specifically, okay. You know the markers of that, the magical imprints that leaves in a space, because that entity that's moving around has a spirit bound within it. Like there's just something in the magic, and I imagine Robert is able to help you. That's kind of what he's designed to do in terms of that role. That this place is like stanking of it.
Okay.
Not everyone can pick up on that, but as a mage who studies this stuff, whether alone or not, you're not sure, but they were here. Yes, absolutely.
Right.
Woohoo!
Thank you.
So now that the room is stanky,
yeah,
all the skin flakes,
all the dandruff just
Not Flaky
Not
Francis.
around.
Not quite Flaky Francis. Not quite Flaky Francis. But yeah.
Not quite Flaky Francis, but
Yeah.
you know.
We're gonna go ahead and call that one. Thank you everybody for coming and showing up. We will be back next week, so don't so I did have a death in the family. We plan on spreading some ashes at some point on a weekend, but as far as I'm concerned, it's not next weekend, so we should be back here next week. And otherwise, where you can find me on the Twitch and the Twitters at Valdrianth. You should catch us on Wednesday. I run an Animorphs Forged in the Dark, so it's a hack in the dark on Wednesday nights at 4:30 PST, something like that. 4:30, 7:30 on the East Coast. We do that, and yeah, I think that's all I have going on. Our project over at Sword and Key is pushed back until April. But eventually you'll be able to find me on Sword and Key playing some Brindlewood Bay. Other than that, follow me on the Twitters and the Twitch. Join my Discord if you are not in it already. Eventually I will be casting for a show once I figure out when I'm traveling this spring. Like, all that kind of stuff. So go ahead and click that link. Everybody else, where can we find you on the internet? What you doing? What's happening?
Hi, I'm Kay, Kay Phoenix on the internet, and this is currently my only game, and you can find me here on Saturdays.
Yeah.
And
Birthday
as
boy?
for me, little birthday boy. Oh, that's me. I'm birthday boy.
Birthday boy.
You can find me on the Twitter at the underscore Gambit. And I don't do much except for next weekend, where I will be right back here playing my same self, having a great time at it too.
Hi everyone,
All
my
these
name is
exclusives.
Aurelis Vamp Art on the internet. I am here. Excuse me, I am tired today. I am here every Saturday the game runs. I'm also over at Hype Goblin Sunday mornings. Currently, those are really my two stream games, but I am also around the internet creating art like the bust you see here and other stuff, other art that I've created for Emma, because Emma's a great friend and everyone that supports me is an amazing friend. It's like, yes, give me your money if you want me to be your friend. I'm kidding, no.
Give me your money and I'll make you art. That's
Yeah.
But that's me.
Hi, it's me, Emma, Hummel on the internet. This is where you can find me on the internet. Or over on Twitter at Hummalou. And that's me.
That's you. I was gonna look for people to like raid, but like there's no one that I know. Maybe my stuff is just crazy. I was like, who is playing D&D or anything right now? It's a lot of just my gamer friends. Oh, you know what? We're gonna go ahead and if this person is accepting grades, Orion D. Black is playing.
Ooh.
Yes, Castlevania, it looks like. So we're gonna give Orion. Orion uses no pronouns, so just a heads up for that for those going into that. Nope, they do not accept raids at this time. That's okay. That's okay. Let's see who else we can find real quick in this group. Oh, hold on a second. Looks like the lollygaggers are doing the One Ring. So let's go say hi to the lollygaggers. For some One Ring goodness. Alright, we're gonna start that raid, and I will see y'all on Wednesday, and we will see you next week. Bye!
Bye.